Hey traders, and a very happy Mother's Day to all of our moms out there. My name is Akil Stokes, Chief Currency Analyst and Head Trading Coach over at TradingPower.com, and welcome to another Forex Market Preview video. Thank you for joining me. In today's video, we're going to have a discussion on trading psychology. I'm going to show you our syndicate equity curve and, well, show you guys the ups and downs and how we dug ourselves out of a drawdown. But first, we're going to take a look at a price chart as I show you one of the trades that is on my radar to start this week. All right, so in front of you is the daily chart of the Euro Canadian dollar. And I always like starting my analysis off on the higher time frame. That way I can get that bird's eye view of the market and really start to gain some perspective. And this is a very interesting chart, and we're going to start by looking at our last move. So the last move that we've made on this chart was a bullish trending move, right? We had an initial swing low to swing high. We had what we call an outside return, and then we put in a new structure high right up here. Now, it may not look like your traditional new structure high, your break and close above structure because of this spike right here, but I'm going to ignore this move. And the reason I am is because this was the news that came out on our U.S. election date last year when Trump was elected, and it was one of the biggest surprises that we've seen in an election. And well, the market reacted across the board, and you can see we reacted and we came right back down to kind of continue our normal path of motion. So in my mind, I'm just going to X this out just because I know exactly what it was. So when I'm looking at new structure highs or previous structure highs, I should say, I'm going to look at this kind of triple top 2618 right here where price action came up in 1, 2, hit 3 tops, retraced off of that, put in a kiss of death actually, and then fell back down. And the level a little bit above that to identify our structure. And you can see that we've broken and closed above it. Now, I don't see a massive amount of room to the upside. This market has really also been in a little bit of a consolidation, more of a sideways movement than anything. But I do think there's a chance that we come back up and at least retest our previous structure highs right here, maybe putting in something like a double top, even if this thing is going to reverse. And that's going to be important because I'm not shooting for the moon with these trades, guys. I'm not looking for these 1,000 pip moves. I'm just looking for a little bit of opportunity. And for the market to move from where we're currently at about really call it 149.80s to about 151s, plenty of room there. So let's go down to an hourly chart. It's going to give us really a zoomed in view of what price action is actually doing. So here's our structure high, the initial top, the trigger bar from the higher time frame. And you can see that price action since coming to that level has kind of put in a retracement. We put in a bearish trend. We came up, we got a little head and shoulders action here, which is a reversal pattern, right? Boom. And then we essentially continued on our way down, right? Creating new structure lows, outside returns, new structure lows, right? And then an outside return. Now, here is what's interesting. So after our previous outside return right here, the market has put in yet another reversal pattern as we refused, right? We refused to create lower lows. We consolidated for a bit before creating, right, a higher high, higher close right here. And this was essentially another head and shoulders formation. If I go over here to my little left toolbar, you can see that we have left shoulder, our head, right? This slanted line, this trend line is going to be our neckline right here. And here's our right shoulder. And just like we saw up here, again, this is a reversal pattern, and we would expect some type of continuation in that new direction of the trend. So keeping that in mind, right? Let's go ahead and delete most of this. I like a clean chart. Keeping that in mind, the question is, if price action is going to go higher, right? If this is going to be kind of the reversal of the bearish trend and we're going to see some type of upward move, right? Typically the market, when the market moves, it typically moves in waves of 3. So you have, this would be 1, this would be 2. We can expect one more move up. But if we're going to expect one more move up, then the question is, how can I get involved? And there's 2 ways that I see right now. And I probably should have left, let's put the head and shoulders deal back on there real quick. That way you guys can see it All right, so here's our head and shoulders deal right here. Let's just close it out like that. So there's two ways this price action or this chart can move higher. Currently, we're putting in what's called a bullish flag formation, right? Where price action has made an impulsive move up, right? Essentially a straight move up. And then we've consolidated sideways, right? We've consolidated nice, high, and tight here. And this is typically a sign of a bullish breakout, meaning that price action coils up, coils up, coils up, and then boom, it breaks to the upside. And when we break to the upside, we typically go the distance of the flagpole. Now, does that mean you need to take profits at this distance? You can see that would run right up into our initial reversal, our double top right here, the double top that we're looking for on the higher time frame, I should say. But you can also use some Fibonacci analysis and some other type of structure analysis to look for targets as well. For example, we can take, say, a Fibonacci extension tool. We can take a Fibonacci retracement tool. We can throw those bad boys on, see if there's any confluence between the two. You can see we have a 786 and a 1618 right here. We have a 127 and a 618 retracement right there. We can use any of those to look for targets as well with that. We're not here in these YouTube videos to really get specific into target placement and whatnot. What I want to show you is just the projection of looking for a move higher in this market, and then kind of a little sample, I guess, of different methods you can use to pick those targets, whether you're aggressive or conservative. So one way to take advantage of this is to play the bullish breakout. And if you guys haven't seen it, go back through the YouTube archives. I did a few videos on how I trade breakouts. I think one is actually called How I Trade Breakouts. And I talk about 3 ways to trade these breakout patterns. So just go through the past archives and watch it. The second way would be to wait for a retracement. Again, this slanted line right here, this is our neckline from that head and shoulders formation. And just as there's 3 ways to play breakout, there's a few ways to trade head and shoulders. You can obviously trade it right here at the shoulder. But in the traditional sense, what you want to do is you want to look for a retest, right? A retest of that neckline before buying it up, just like a trend continuation trader would. And this neckline is going to come in right at a very important part in the market, right? This level right in here. It's actually a little bit bigger. But we can look at this level right in here as being a very important potential reversal zone or kill zone in the market. So you kind of have that confluence of that kill zone, that area of support lining up with that trend line as well, and then looking for a long opportunity on the retracement. So Euro Canada is an interesting pair. Again, no matter how you look at it, I'm looking for a bullish type move, and I actually have 2 ways to approach it going into next week. If you guys like this type of analysis, I recommend going over and checking out our website, tradeempower.com. We have a lot of fun stuff over there. We have a trading blog where I write a few articles and share a few videos a week. We have the Learn to Trade tab where we have hours and hours of free training over there, right? A massive amount of free training that you can take in. And then we also have our courses and programs where we have a list of our training courses, our full out course, such as the Transformation, the Ultimate Trader Transformation course. And then we have programs such as the Syndicate in the Live Room where we do exactly this, exactly what I just showed you each and every day. And as someone that's newer to us, I certainly recommend spending some time in there before jumping right into a training course. That way you have the time to kind of feel us out, see what type of traders we are, see if the style that we use meets the style that you want to use as a trader. And it also allows you to see our teaching style as well. I think it's very important that if you're going to invest in your education, if you're going to invest money with an educator, it's important that that educator speaks to you in a way that you understand. Right? Everyone is a little bit different. Everyone learns differently. So you want to make sure there's a mesh between the person who's teaching you and you being able to take in that context. But so I would certainly check out our Syndicate program, check out our live room. Again, if you'd like analysis like this, we do it every day, and it's the quickest way to kind of get used to our style and really get you up to date with how to trade. Now, speaking of the Syndicate program, let's take a look at our Syndicate equity curve for the year. We're basically at the halfway point of the year. So let me just bring this over for you. We'll talk about it. Boxing great Mike Tyson once had a quote that read, "Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. And I think that's the perfect way to explain how the 2017 year started off for us. Now, although we ended our trading in 2016 turning 40%, it wasn't nearly as good as the 60% that we did the previous year, which it had me pretty fired up and pretty motivated going into our winter hiatus. That's basically when we shut down our trading to end the year in December. Now, during that time, I'll typically spend time away from the markets, doing stuff like reviewing my trading year or doing some type of continued education. And just like you guys, I like to mentally reset. I like to mentally erase the previous year from my mind and really get motivated about starting with a fresh slate for the year to come. Unfortunately, right, this year, that slate smacked me right in the face as soon as I stepped into the trading arena. And as a result, we suffered the biggest drawdown that we've ever had since we started tracking our trades in the Syndicate program. Prior to this, right, we typically average a max drawdown of about 8 to 10% each year. And, well, through the first few weeks of 2017, we nearly doubled that. Yeah, right? Not fun at all. Now, it helps to speak to other pro traders that are in my network and hear that they too have been struggling and they too think it has been a very difficult market to trade this year, especially through the first few months. But guess who doesn't care about the excuses, right? Yeah, the markets, right? The markets can care less about if it's a difficult year or not, right? They're soulless and they will take everything that you have, whether you like it or not. So at this point, right, when you get to this point in your drawdown, the only goal becomes to it becomes stop the bleeding. Stop the bleeding. How can I stop bleeding my account? How can I start steadying the ship and start turning things around? And whether you do this or not, all depends on the type of mindset that you have as a trader. And there are two of them out there. You can have what we call the Homer mindset, right? Homer Simpson, dope, right? Where you do something dumb and you end up digging yourself into a deeper hole. Or you can have what we call the pro trader mindset, where you look to steady the ship and you look to slowly start turning things around. Now, you can probably guess which mindset most traders have, right? Yeah, right? Unfortunately, it's going to be the Homer mindset. And traders with this mindset typically do one of two things at this point in the drawdown. They abandon their current style of trading or their current strategy, and they look to find that next magical system that's going to recover all of their losses for them in no time. And you know, they may find a system that works well for a while, but eventually it's going to hit some type of drawdown too, which is normal, right? Every system hits a drawdown. But because this trader is mentally weak or maybe just unrealistic about their trading expectations, thank you, Internet, for filling all of these guys with fake and false expectations, right? Because of that, they'll eventually ditch that new system as well. And that cycle will continue of trading something, ditching it, trading something else, ditching it, trading something else, ditching it, until they eventually, and unfortunately, completely bleed out their account. Now, the second type of mistake that the Homer trader will make is sticking to their trading style, which is good, by the way, but trying to make everything back too quickly by shooting beyond their range, going for, we like to call them home run trades. And trust me, as a former baseball player, when you swing for the fences, sure, you may catch a home run or a big hit every once in a while, but the majority of the time you're going to miss, and the majority of the time you're going to strike out going for those big, massive moves, right? Trying to gain too much back at once. Sticking to the sports reference, right? The best way to mount a comeback, and this is that pro trader mindset now. The best way to mount a comeback is a slow, methodical grind where you maximize your opportunities and you minimize your mistakes. And I think back to a few weeks ago when LeBron James and his Cleveland Cavaliers, right? They made a historical comeback in the NBA playoffs against the Indiana Pacers. They were losing, I think, by 26 or 20 something at halftime, and they were already up in the series. They could have easily mailed it in and said, you know what, we'll just lose this game. We'll come back to fight another day. But LeBron James said no, and he orchestrated a very methodical, a very efficient comeback, right, and was able to win the game. Now, if you're unfamiliar with basketball, right, there are only two types of shots, really. There are three-pointers and there are two-pointers, right? So no matter how you look at it, there's no way that, the team could have made this comeback in just a few possessions. It took really a consistent effort, right, throughout the remainder of the game of not only scoring baskets, scoring points on their own, but preventing the other team from scoring as well, right? Again, you're maximizing your opportunities and you're minimizing your mistakes. And in trading, that's what you need to do. You need to find those go-to trades. We talk about finding your best trade, right? Find your go-to trades in the market and find more of them, right? Make sure you're executing those trades efficiently. And for your riskier trades, the ones where maybe you have a bigger risk on the table or your lower percentage trades that you may take, right? It's time to really dial down and become a lot more conservative. And that's what we did. And, as you can see, the path wasn't easy. It certainly didn't occur overnight. We spent the first 6 weeks, right, straight losing. And it took us more than 6 weeks to mount that comeback. But again, if you guys have been following us, either in the Syndicate, the live room, or just my trading blog, what have we been telling you, right? We've been telling you it's going to happen. Be patient. Don't panic, right? We've done this before, right? Be patient. We're going to get this back. And, I'm able to have that type of confidence in both my trading style and really myself, really because I've been doing this for 10 years now, right? Been doing this for about 10 years. So I've experienced both the drawdowns, a whole lot of them, but I've also experienced digging myself out of drawdowns, right? And when you do that, you have that confidence to really steady the ship, as I keep saying, and do what you need to do to survive. Now, the hard part is for you guys that are new and maybe going through this type of drawdown for the first time, you don't have that confidence. You don't have that experience to mount that comeback. So it's a little bit more difficult for you guys. And I feel for you. And that's one of the reasons that we do so much coaching. We talk so much about trading psychology, right? When you're stuck in that deep, dark tunnel and it feels like there's no way out, there's no light at the end of it, you're just going to keep losing forever, right? This is where you need a community. This is where you need a mentor, a coach, right? This is where you need someone that can come in and really guide you through that path and lend you that support until you've built enough confidence to have it on your own. And that's why we work so closely with our traders. That's why when we do training courses, it's much more than just giving you material, right? It's not just about giving you training lessons and teaching you this and teaching you that skill, right? It's about the support system that's offered with that. And I think that's very important to finding success, not just in trading, but really any business, someone to help you through those ups and downs. So we'll see, right? We're halfway through the year right now. You can see it was a difficult start, but we've made a pretty good comeback. But it's very important that we don't get too cocky, right? It's important that we don't get too cocky, we don't get too confident, we don't assume that it's over, right? Because after every big winning streak comes another losing streak. And we're just right now entering really the most difficult time of the trading year, the summer slowdown, where the markets don't show us as much opportunity. They show us we have a lot coming up as far as elections and interest rate hikes as well. So there's a lot more sporadic movement, and it's a really difficult time to trade. So even more so than before, it's time to really dig in, right? Go into the market with an extreme level of focus and see if we can continue this. And if you slack, if you let off the gas pedal one bit, right, there's a great chance that you'll go right back down to that drawdown and be right underwater once again. So we'll be here trading every day, so you guys will be able to see what we're doing each and every day in the Syndicate with our War Room meeting and, of course, in our live trading rooms as well. You guys are welcome to join. We have a free week trial in all of our trading rooms. We have a $1 trial for 30 days in our Syndicate. So, you get some free time, come in and check us out. But we're going to continue to do what we do. We're going to act like the past never happened, as we always do. Just focus on the next good trade. And, well, we'll see if we can continue this winning and end with another very positive year. So until then, not until the end of the year, until next time, I should say, plan your trade, trade your plan. I'll see you guys somewhere at some point. Happy Mother's Day once again, and take care. Hey traders, and a very happy Mother's Day to all of our moms out there. My name is Akil Stokes, Chief Currency Analyst and Head Trading Coach over at TradingPower.com, and welcome to another Forex Market Preview video. In today's video, we're going to do Hey traders, and happy Mother's Day out there to all of our moms. My name is Akil Stokes, Chief Currency Analyst. Price chart. And show you guys one of the trading opportunities that are on. Come on, damn it. Almost had it. Blooper reel. All right, traders. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please show us by hitting that like button and subscribing by clicking the button right below. If you're looking for more educational content, feel free to head over to our TradingPower.com website or also take a look and you'll see more videos available for you. Have a good one.